you know how it is. So I was having my coffee, working on my computer, and I got up to do something, and then all of a sudden I go back there and my coffee spilled over, and yeah, so you can see all the sheets are up. And if you think, you know how tough it is to take your sheets off your bed at home, and you're sweating and stuff, well, imagine it being 80 degrees outside. You live in a van, and that's why I have the fan on if you hear that, and I have the air conditioner on also because there's some people at the river and they're playing their music really loud, like everybody else wants to hear what they're listening to. They don't realize people live here. Anyway, so I am heading into town. It's a bad hair day. I've been sweating. It's been 90 degrees. So I am going to do laundry. I am going to the gym. I'm going to take a shower. And it's not sunny out today. It's supposed to rain later. But Keith went into a gun show with Bill, one of the guys that lives here. And John is at Gales in St. Augustine. And so I think I'm going to find a adventure to do myself today. So I'm going to go take care of some of this stuff. And then, let's see what I get into. Come on. I don't know either. So I'll be surprised just like you are. All right, let's go. Whew. I'm hot. The one thing I hate worse than being cold in Minnesota is a hive. Never happy. Why can't it just be 70 with a cool breeze and sunny and perfect every day, right? Is that too much to ask? But no, it's really nice. I'm not complaining, but I just did. Anyway, I thought while I was driving quick, so if you know my story, you can skip ahead to, I don't even know what's happening next, but I have a lot of new followers, so thank you. And here is, there we go. I feel like I'm not really looking at you if I have the bill over. Anyway, so I'm gonna kind of give you the cliff notes because there are a lot of new people, like almost 4,000 or 5,000 of you. But I just want to give you a quick story because a lot of people jump in and then, they don't know the reason why I'm doing van life and stuff like that. So again, if you already know this, go ahead and skip right ahead. But I'm just going to tell you the cliff notes. So when I was 28, my sister was 42 and she was married with 2 kids, 9 and 12, a boy and a girl, and was adopted from Bogota, Colombia. And she got cervical cancer, a very aggressive form, and we found out in late October, and she died January 13th in hospice. So she was 42. Then her husband got a brain tumor, Frank, and he was 52. So they took the tumor out, it was here. He was supposed to live another 5 years, and then they found out he had a tumor around his carotid artery, and nobody would operate on it because they said he would probably die at the operating table. He died in hospice. And then the day we buried Frank, sorry, hairpin turn. Charlene's a little big to take these corners very fast. The day we buried him, we were going to have a barbecue at my sister's house. And as I was driving there with my daughter, her and her husband were driving the opposite way to me, and I'm like, where are you going? Because I'm headed to your house. And my dad had a massive stroke. And so we headed to the hospital, and he was bleeding on his brain. He bled so much, the doctor was like, and my dad was still conscious. She called him her miracle patient, because she's like, nobody's ever been able to, you could ask him a question, he would answer. Anyway, so that night it was like, well, which way do we pray for? That he lives or he dies? Because, we don't want him to not be able to, be functional. Anyway, by some miracle, it stopped, because otherwise if it would have kept bleeding, it would have just, come out the bottom of your skull, and then he would have just died instantly. But it stopped and it started drying up. And so he but he passed away about 3 years later, and then in hospice. And then my sister Pam was 62, and she had a lot of like mini strokes. They found her she lived in California. They found her in a parking lot. Long story short, she went to stay with people she knew, friends in Chicago. So we had to drive there. They had her in a nursing home, basically. It was awful, awful, awful. And then we got her back home here to Minnesota, and she's in an assisted living home now. And she's 68. She's like the youngest one there, pretty close. But she'll never get out. And I'm the only one that takes her out. Long family story. But so while I'm gone, so she's looking forward to me coming back. Because the first thing I gotta do is take her out. And but they have stuff, you know, where they take them out. But she's just not very social like that. Anyway, and then my brother, just about 3.5 years ago, well, he had found out he had colon cancer like 5 years before that. So about 57, exactly my age. And he had it, they did chemo or radiation, and then it went away. And then a year later, came back. Went away, a year later, came back. You know, it's not like we would talk on the phone a lot, you know, your families, you get busy, and he's the only boy. I'm youngest of 6, 5 girls and 1 boy. And I said, Al, you can't call, because he would call. And I'm like, you can't call me to tell me these things because I know why you're calling. You got to call me more so that I know something's wrong. Anyway, he passed away October 17th, 2 days after his 62nd birthday. Just like 3.5 years ago. I don't know, I just got emotional. I usually can talk about this stuff and it doesn't bother me. But my daughter, I've been a single mom since my daughter was 1, and she went off to college in Washington. And so, yeah. And my mom's 93. If you've seen those, I have some videos with Joy. And so I'll be happy to get back to see her. But, you know, I've kind of been a caretaker for a lot of things. And I'm like, well, when is going to be my time? Like, I'm getting older, you know? And so I never thought this would be possible. I've dreamt about van life for years and years before it happened. And I don't know, the stars aligned, and I found Charlene, and I was the first one to see her, and I knew if I didn't buy her, that the next person would. And she has been just a blessing. Charlene's my van, by the way. 2001 Road Trek Versatile 190. So anyway, so that's my story. So I was more afraid to not leave. I sold everything. I only have like 4 or 5 bins, and that's all either important papers that I have to keep, or the rest of it is like stuff from Jesse's, you know, childhood that I wanted to keep. And that's all I own, and whatever's in the van. So, and I have never been happier. I always thought that I wanted, you know, I have a paralegal, thought I was going to go to law school. I took the LSAT. I always thought I wanted these titles, like I thought that would make me somebody. No thanks. I just want to get by and just live you know, I don't want to work 80 hours a week. I don't want to spend much time in an office. I want to be out in nature, and I realize it comes back to me how much I love nature and being in the water. And yeah, so that's my story. And I've traveled cross country last winter, so I leave for the winters in Minnesota. So this is my 2nd year. I'm heading back to Minnesota next week, and then hopefully, whatever happens, so I'm up for this job on a cruise ship in a spa. Hopefully I get that. It's on hold for a little bit, but if not that, it's going to be something else. Either I'm going to get a job on a boat, or I am going to travel to places I've wanted to, and I'm getting scuba certified when I get back. I already passed the written test. So yeah, and here I am. And now you found me. When I redid the van all by myself, it was still the old purple curtains, and I laid flooring, I did everything. So, and that was this. It's a scorcher here. It's 86 degrees. I did my laundry, I worked out, I took a shower, it was nice and cool in there, and now I'm melting. I really wanted to do an adventure today, but everything was booked. So today I'm going to go back to the RV park and start packing Charlene up for this week to leave. So yeah, but Keith and I are going to do an adventure tomorrow, and I'm actually a little nervous because if you don't know, I'm afraid of heights, but I've been getting over it. You know, I went hang gliding or whatever, actually crashed. It's pretty calm about that. Afraid of bridges, pretty much over that now. So let's hope I get over the fear for this because I really want to enjoy it. So Keith and I are going there tomorrow. So maybe I'll see you later if something happens, but if not, I'll see you tomorrow. So let's see what the day brings. Okay. So plot twist, I was in the van and it was so hot in here and I had the fan on, but it was basically just blowing around hot air. And Keith came over and knocked on my door and he's like, Tracy, come over and sit in the air conditioner. I'm like, okay. I did not fight him. So I went over to his rig and then JT. These guys are so nice. These are the ones that we've been hanging out with. And you know, we haven't hung out down by the river. I hadn't jumped in. I am like wet because it's so hot. It felt so good just to get in the river. And so he's like, JT goes, Tracy, come on, let's go play cornhole. And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, come on. And I'm so glad that he did that because now we're all out there playing cornhole and it's so much fun. And so, yeah, take the chance to hang out with people when you can. I can't believe I didn't say yes right away, but we are having a great time and I am enjoying. This is the last weekend here, so I'm going to soak up every minute of it. So, okay, probably see you tomorrow. I got Keith's hat on, his sun hat. So, okay, I'm going back out. I'm going in. Good morning. It's Sunday morning and yeah, sorry I have the fan on. It's hot. It's only like 75 right now. Oh, it's my GoPro. It's only 75, but it's really humid. And yeah, yesterday was so much fun. I was in bed by like 9 or 9:30. And then got up early this morning. We had breakfast at John's, me, Gail, and Keith, and John. And oh my God, we laughed. My stomach hurt. That's how much we were laughing. That was way to start the day. We had pancakes. John made pancakes and coffee. And yeah, so I have just been cleaning up the van. I still have to make my bed. I'll save that for later. But yeah, Keith and I are going ziplining today. And if you don't know, I'm afraid of heights, but trying to get over that and just facing the fears. So yeah, and it looks really beautiful. So that's where we're headed. Gotta head out in about 20 minutes here. Boy, that sounded really Minnesota. Gotta head out about. Keith's Canadian, so we both talk the same language. But yeah, so I'm gonna take you along with me. I got the GoPro, it just flashed that it's all charged up. And so yeah, let's go ziplining. Well, let's go. If you've never been, now you know what it's like. Okay, get in. We're on our way. Hey kids, where are we?
Zippity-doo-dah! Zippity-day!
Ready to zip line. Down that way. I hear people screaming already, so should be fun.
Like I'm going to run off with the helmet.
Ooh. Okay, Keith and I.
We're like the village people.
We're ready to ride, yep.
We're gonna stay at the YMCA. We're gonna stay at the
YMCA.
5 people at a time on these bridges. I'm gonna have y'all follow me up.
Whoa, the step.
Watch the step. Shake and bake. We're gonna have everybody do that cannonball on our 4th zip line today, okay? Come on up to the top. All the way up. Y'all know why cows have hooves and not feet?
Why?
They lack toes.
But bump. Be here all week, right?
The jokes are only getting worse.
Yeah.
I promise.
Makes you want to go to the other side.
Yeah, exactly. People are fighting each other to be first away from me. You're good to go.
Whoa, I got my camera on.
I saw you thinking about
I
it.
know. I'm like, I'm getting close.
I know.
Keith, what'd you think?
It was okay. It was good.
It was fun.
It was fun.
It was fun. It's hot though. Okay, heading home. Okay, we're back home with Gail and John. And what are we cooking tonight?
Fondue, we hope. We're not
Yeah,
quite
we don't
sure.
know. Yeah, and we have fondue oil from what, 1965 or
well,
something?
The fondue pot is like 1970s.
Yeah.
My
Does anybody
parents-
remember fondue?
my
We used to do
parents.
it every Friday night.
It's shagadelic.
Mhm.
Remember the shakes?
Yeah, shagadelic.
So I'll show you how we do fondue.
Okay, look at the fondue.
What I like
Yeah.
to do is take a potato and a piece of meat and stick it in there.
Oh, awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, what color do you want to get?
Okay, it's 9:09 and I am so tired, but I tell you what, it has been the best weekend, and it's our last weekend, and we've done so much. My cup is overflowing. Tonight at Fondue, we laughed until we cried. This morning at lunch or breakfast, until we cried, till my ribs hurt. And getting over my fear of heights was amazing. This is a banner day for me. And what I do want to tell you is, listen, I was petrified of heights. And I still went trapezing and held on like this. But I just kept doing it. And like being afraid of bridges and stuff, I just, I have to drive over them. And now, nothing really doesn't bother me. Keith even said, he was behind me one time, he goes, Tracey, don't look down, because we were going over like this bridge, this rickety bridge you had to walk on. And I said, I am looking down and I'm not scared. And I even look forward to getting up on the thing and, ziplining. So, a big accomplishment for me. And I just want you to know, really, you can surpass anything. It's just a mental block. It is. It's just a mental block. Before I would think about all the bad things that could happen. And this time I was like, you know what? How fun is this? How fun is this? Because it was so fun. So, and there's the best people here. I am just so... There's a guy here, Scott, and I was talking to him today, and he had lymphoma, and his dad died of colon cancer, and he said, Tracey, every day is a good day. He goes, no matter if it's raining, no matter if it's cloudy, doesn't matter. He goes, it's always a good day. And that's what I keep telling these guys. Just randomly, I'll say, it's a good day. It's a good life. So, I hope you feel that way. I hope you get to that place. And sometimes you just have to take a chance and break through that fear. And that's what I'm trying to do, is just keep breaking through all the barriers that I feel that I have. And I'm just speaking for myself. And I'm just sharing my journey. So if it resonates with you, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I am having the best time. So with that, I'm going to leave you here because I have to edit footage. I have to upload it from my GoPro and edit all of it. So it's not that long. Okay. You know what to do. Go out and make an adventure, no matter how big or how small. You don't have to sell everything and move into a van. You do not have to do that. You don't even have to go ziplining. You can just go out for a walk. You could take a different path. You could go out to a different restaurant, eat something you've never eaten before. Just small things are adventures. Anything. that just is a little bit out of your comfort zone. And the more you get out, the more you'll keep getting out. And I think if you immerse yourselves into the things that you fear, that it helps you get over it. So sorry if this is shaky, I'm just holding it. And go call someone you love. And as Joy says, tell them that you love them. I love you, Joy. I will be home soon. And the most important thing, don't ever, please don't ever forget that you're magic. Just think about it. You are magic. And I'm glad that you're along this journey with me. And I will see you in the next one. Okay.